don't look at me. We'll go over there. Hello and welcome to Until Dawn. I have been a while since I've uploaded anything, mainly because I've had computer issues and slightly financial issues, so I couldn't. I've been trying to build a computer, a decent rig, and haven't been able to complete it yet. But during this new build, my old computer finally kind of is beginning to bite the dust, so I'm not. I'm not 100% with it yet. So instead, I decided to live stream these and then turn them into a let's play later on, like upload them to YouTube. So yeah, today we're going to play Until Dawn, and I have played this before all the way through once. And if anybody doesn't know, Until Dawn is a game where you make decisions and you do certain actions and stuff like that, quick time events too, and that's the kind of it tracks your gameplay. So if you like, there's I think there's 6 characters that can either live or die by the end of the game. And when I originally played it, I made all the choices as if I was in these scenarios, like what I would do if I was this person or whatever. And there are different endings. I believe I only had one character, just so I don't, reveal any spoilers to anyone who hasn't played or seen this game. Um, I haven't, I had all but one character. One, maybe 2 characters died, I think. I don't remember. I originally played this back when it came out, and I really enjoyed it as a horror game. I think it's nothing, I would say extravagant or like extreme in terms of like, oh, it changed the way, horror games should be played or whatever. Like some people have said, but it's definitely very interesting, and it's a good experiment to see other people, other developers make games, kind of like this, where they kind of have, their decision making and stuff. This is very similar to an older game that was on the Wii and the PS2, the Silent Hill Shattered Memories, where you only had one character in that case, but it kind of tracked you and your decisions, and it reflected what you do, because that's what this game does as well. Is it'll give you choices, or say like, are you this way or this way, and then it'll reflect the gameplay. So I did it the way that I thought um, reflected me the best. So this time I'm going to make different decisions. A couple of the decisions are either like an A or B scenario, but there are a few where it'll be like A or B, and then if you pick A, it'll be A or C, and then if you pick C, it'll say okay, C or D, and it tries to figure you out differently. So I'm going to make different decisions in that sense. And then there's also a lot of different pathways you can take. So I'm going to take the opposite path that I took last time, unless there's more than one choice. And hopefully I get a different ending. So, starting a new story will overwrite your current progress and access to the episode menu of unlocked. You'll lose collectibles. I don't really care about. I'm not. I used to be a big trophy whore, but not anymore. So. Yeah, here it's going to explain the different branching paths. The smallest decision can dramatically change. Oh, that was way too fast for me to read. Okay, okay. Alright, I'm just going to... Another thing that's pretty cool that I like about this game is, and there's like a note later on that I'll show you if I get that far, but it actually takes place in Alberta, Canada, which is where I live. So it's actually, you know, ooh, so sinister. It's actually we're nearby where I live, a couple of miles.
Oh my god, I can't believe you actually did this.
Don't you guys think this is a little bit cruel?
Come on, she deserves it.
It is not her fault that she has a huge crush on Mike.
Hannah's been making the moves on him. I'm just looking out for my girl, Em.
Just because he's class pres doesn't mean he belongs to everyone. Mike is my man.
Oh yeah, so my man.
Whatever you say, darling.
Hannah!
But yeah, basically this is your typical, you know, teenager horror film scenario where everybody's a, you know, an asshole, but it's okay
Mike?
because, you know, they're only an asshole
Hannah.
sometimes, except for the one
Hey, Hannah.
or two characters that are complete assholes. Damn kids.
Hey, did you see that? Dad said it'd just be us this weekend. Josh.
Yeah, they're basically, oh, I can move now. But yeah, so it's basically, you know, cabin in the woods. Big cabin. Amazing cabin. Cabin that I wish I could have. It's so huge. And, you know, and a few people, oh yeah, I forgot. You have to do this weird, and then, whoa! Hannah, you look so damn hot in that shirt, but I bet you're even hotter out of it. Come to the guest room at 2 a.m. Mike, XXX.
Oh my god. What did our naive sister get herself into now? Ugh. Intervention
love-
time.
I just love how, like, I know a lot of people, when this game came out, they criticized that it's like, oh, it's, you know, such a generic plot and all the characters are dumb and all that. But it's like, this is sort of the first game of its kind to be this intricate. It's like you kind of have to make the story simple and predictable, and in some cases, like, you know, all these characters are kind of stupid and, you know, oh, typical teenagers that, you know, party and get drunk every weekend kind of scenario. Woo! Do. Jeremiah Craig. Since 1794. Let me just shake this bottle up. Oh, there's nothing in it. Never mind. Anyway.
Jeez, Josh. Once again, brother, you've outdone us all.
Go away.
I got your note.
Glad you could make it.
We're gonna put this on YouTube. Make fun of you.
Maybe
so
we
awkward.
should start with a little, you know, making out and see where it goes from there. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, this is just. I mean, I understand that the note said, like,
She's taking her shirt off.
oh yeah,
Oh my
take off your
God.
shirt, but it's like,
Matt,
he clearly
What are
stated
you doing here?
that they should make
Oh,
out and go
Hannah.
from
I'm
there.
sorry, Hannah. It's all
Don't
got out of
mind,
hand,
just
but,
a stupid prank.
hey,
You guys are jerks. You know that? Hannah!
And you're friends with them, which makes you a jerk too. Last time I went to find the others, and then
Josh.
right after or so,
Fuck.
This time I choose Josh, and he's too drunk
Guys,
to care.
there's
So
someone
bye.
outside. What the hell?
Well, it's everybody.
Hannah!
What's going on? Where's my sister going?
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han.
What did you do?
We just messing around, Beth. It wasn't serious.
You jerks!
You're
Hannah!
just dumb. I mean, this is the
Hannah!
last straw.
So
The first
should we go
18
after her?
times were funny, but
You know, I
this
kind of
time...
think you're the last person she wants to see right now, Mike.
Alright,
Shit.
see if I can do this. Last time I was... okay. I'm not exactly the best when it comes to this. Last time I went the safe way, we're going the fast way. Woo! Oh, that's fun. Where are you, Hannah? Why would you run away in an area that, you know, could have bears and the like? We're gonna follow the noise because I followed the footprints last time. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's a
Hannah.
typical.
Where are you?
Honestly, follow the footprints because she clearly went that way. Really, I think she did. Last time I think I missed that, and I followed the shadow. Yeah, actually, this doesn't look familiar at all. So good. Use the touchpad as shown. Swipe.
Hannah!
Yeah, but it's like, you know, typical teenager, you know, horror movie. Instead of, you know, running to the basement or something and, you know, being just, you know, mad like something, you know, most teenagers would do. Oh, I'm going to run outside in the middle of nowhere and, you know, get lost and possibly freeze to death. What's over here? Oh, this must have been the other way. I'm guessing yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm assuming this is where if you go choose to follow the shadow or whatever. But you got, you know, can I run yet? I don't remember. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Whoa. But there's jeez. That slightly scared me, and it's funny because it scared me, not the noise, but just the thing jumping out, which is very rare. Usually it's the noise. I like this. This is you hit L1 to run, and it's really just, you know, quick jog.
Hello? Hello?
Oh yeah, and there's these things in these games called totems. I think it'll explain it if once I pick it up. There we go. Oh no! Death totem. I won. Yeah, so there's these things called totems, and I guess, yeah, totem prophecies. And they show you 5 different not possibilities, but like it says here, death, guidance, loss, danger, and fortune. So death, it shows you a possible death that one of the characters can do, or, you know, have happened to them. Pardon me. And you can attempt to avoid it if you can tell roughly like where the area is. And probably I've only been able to do this twice, just purely on these totems in the first playthrough, because it's, you know, it shows you basically a cutscene of their death, so you're not 100% sure the area where you are, or if it's like, you know, sometimes it's like if you go left you'll die, or if you go right you'll die, and you think like, I don't know, it looks like the area that the cutscene happened in, but I'm not sure. But the more you pick up, the more at the bottom you see it says the events of the past, and if you hit play, it shows you little clips of basically the story of what is this game is basically about later on. But you can also click on the totem and see where you found it, and then you can of course hit replay and constantly replay and see what happened. And then of course you find different ones throughout. I think in my original gameplay I missed like 4 in total, and a lot of them do help. But of course, death is to help you avoid a death. Guidance, it shows you like, oh, do this when you get to it. Loss is when there's like a potential. It's not necessarily death, but it shows you when you're like split up with a friend, or if you have a choice to, kill a friend or save a friend. And then danger, I believe, is usually just something that'll lead into like a quick time event. And then fortune, of course, just gives you like, oh, if you do this, you'll be fine. And of course, there's every single choice that you make in the game gets recorded on one of these, so this way you can find out exactly what you did. And then later on, once you beat the game, you can go back to these particular points and make the other decision, which I don't really know if I like, because I'd rather, even though it's super easy to show everything or be like, oh, that's what would happen, you should probably play the game over in order to do to get everything or unlock all the trophies. And then here is whatever character you're currently playing as, usually will show up here, and you can actually control their eyes and their head somewhat with the R stick, which is kind of cool because it's mostly realistic looking movement, but you can of course make it look like it's like, oh my god, make her roll her eyes, make her freak out, or make her stare at you, and it's all weird and creepy. And it's really cool. Graphical wise, it's really looks really good. It looks like a true next gen game, or at least for the most part it does. Anyway, so with these character traits and stuff and relationship status, you can actually change it as you go along, because you can do things that are out of character for the person since you're controlling them, and then their honesty goes up or down, and charitable, funny, brave, romantic, and curious, and all that. And the little lines that they're beside are where they started out from the original game, or sorry, from the when you first start playing as them. So you can see my honesty, charitability, and funny went down because of the events, and then my curiosity and my bravery gone up because I inspect certain, you inspect a thing, or you go one direction instead of another. Instead of playing it safe, you go for the more dangerous path. And then of course throughout the game you're going to talk to different characters and have different dialogues with them, and that'll change your attitude towards them. So as you can see with the relationship status, she's really good friends with Hannah, which is her sister. I think it's her twin sister actually. And with Josh, and then which is her brother, and then the rest of them she's kind of iffy with. But anyway, we shall continue finding Justice. Good old Hannah. What I kind of like about this game is every cutscene, even though it's kind of static or slowly moves, it kind of gives you the impression like you're being watched, and I find that like really creepy and awesome. Kind of reminds me of actually another game from PS2 called Siren, or if you ever, or it's sort of remake Siren Blood Curse. Oh jeez.
What the hell was that?
That was fire.
Hannah!
Yeah, I don't know. If I just saw fire
Hannah.
randomly,
Hello?
I would not be
Hannah.
very
Oh my god,
calm
you must
about
be
it.
freezing. Here, take my coat. I'm such an idiot. I'm so dumb.
You are for running up here. Hello?
Hannah,
Run! don't even know why they're crying. I mean, did they see what it was? Or is it just like, oh, it's an animal. Crap.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, I guess it implies you see it.
No! No! Shit! No! Get back! Fuck!
Don't slip.
No!
Alright, this is gonna be fun. Exactly what choice. And it's gonna make me like an asshole.
Hold on!
Oh, fire!
Hold on!
Oh, jeez. So, last time I let go. This time, I guess I'm dropping
I'm
Hannah.
so sorry.
Bye, Hannah. I've never loved you. And... They're fine. Dr. A.J. Hill.
Before we begin, there are a few things I need to make sure you understand.
Okay.
You see, no one can change what happened last year. The past is beyond our control. You have to accept this in order to move forward. But there is freedom in this revelation. Everything you do, every decision you make from now on will open doors to the future. I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this as you play your game. Every single choice will affect your fate and the fate of those around you. So, you have committed to commence with this game. This is significant. And I want to help you see it through. Sometimes these things can be a little scary, even terrifying, but I'm here to make sure that no matter how upsetting things may get, you will always find a way to work through it.
Thank you.
All right. We will start with a simple exercise.
Sure.
Could you please pick up a card? And I want you to look at the picture on the other side and tell me what you feel about it. It is essential that you answer honestly in order to get the most out of this experience.
Okay. So yeah, this is sort of where the well, obviously he's called the analyst, where he's going to analyze you, and you know, you do make choices or say certain, or you know, pick certain things, and it affects the game. But you have no idea who you are or who you're playing as. So it's a barn. Well, it's a farm with a barn, a cornfield, good old scarecrow, a little creepy looking with a hook, and something in the shadows there. You can see its eyes in the lower left-hand corner there, which is important.
So, how did that picture make you feel? Remember, be honest.
So originally, I said it makes I feel uneasy because the thing in the shadows and the kind of evil-looking scarecrow. But this time I'm going to say it makes me happy.
Oh, that's good. In what way did it make you happy?
And now I guess I can answer truthfully. If it's sunshine. I like sunshine. It's bright. Sunshine.
So which word would best describe how you feel about darkness?
This is actually kind of tough because I don't mind darkness. I used to be afraid of the dark, as a kid, but and occasionally, I guess, if you're in the dark and you hear a sound that's unknown to you ahead of you, it'll scare you. So I guess darkness doesn't really depress me. I'll say it scares me.
Afraid? Really? That's interesting. Where I come from, way up north in Sweden, the nights are 18 hours long. And why do you think you're afraid of the dark?
You have to say it like that? I love this actor. I forget his last name. I know his, or for his first name. I know his last name's Stormare. Peter Stormare, I think, might be his name, full name. But you might recognize him from those commercials for, I think it was Call of Duty, where he's the merchant or whatever, and he like drives up in the car. He was in commercials like a year or two ago. And then, of course, he's been movies. One of my favorites is The Big Lebowski. He plays one of the German nihilists. And then he was also in Fargo, and he played one of the villains in that too. And I've seen him in other movies, and he's really good. I really like him. He's quite interesting actor. Anyways, everyone fears it, or I don't know. A lot of people do fear the dark. But would it be me too? I don't know. I'm gonna go with everyone fears it.
Oh, no. No. Not everyone. But it's a perfectly natural fear. Darkness, after all, is the unseen and therefore the unknown. And what could inspire fear more than
I like the
terror
painting in the background. It's quite interesting.
uncertainty? Oh dear. We seem to be out of time for this session. We'll talk again soon. Until then, I suggest you try to stay away from dark places.
Yes, sir. So now I'm interested to see if this affects gameplay at all. Because I never picked that. I picked that, it said... originally it was like, what scares you? And then you had to pick like the scarecrow, the barn, or the thing in the dark, in the cornfield. Overall, I think it was a pretty good opening. Really nice song. Well, Peter Stormare, yeah. I recommend watching some of his movies. Just pretty interesting. There's actually a lot of people, or a few, like 3 of them that I know. There's obviously Peter Stormare, Hayden Panettiere from Heroes, and a few other movies that I haven't seen admittedly, but he's good in Heroes. And then, of course, I forget his name, but he's in Mr. Robot. He plays the main character in Mr. Robot. And I actually recognized him from, what's it called? The Night in the Museum. He's the prince or whatever. The Pharaoh, sorry.
Thanks for having me, Marty.
Thanks, Marty.
On Hannah and Beth Washington, the twins who are still missing.
1 year ago tonight, the Washington girls left the safety of their parents' lodge and headed out into a snowstorm.
Foul play.
Not officially, no. There is one individual we're considering as a person of interest, but his whereabouts are currently unknown. He has an interesting history with the Washington family. He had warned them against pursuing their construction project and claimed the land was sacred to his forefathers.
You know, there is still the old sanatorium on the mountain. Could he be hiding there?
My officers did search the grounds, but the girls themselves couldn't have made it that far.
Something about that mountain seems to breed tragic events.
More than you know, Marty.
Well, thank you for joining us, Andy. With all the Washingtons tonight, their son Josh, on this, the anniversary of the mysterious disappearance of Hannah and Beth Washington.
Well, hello, friends and fans. All right, let's do that again. All right. Well, hello, friends and fans. It's beyond awesome to have you guys all back this year. First off, I gotta say, I am super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway. So, let me just let you know, let's take a moment to address the elephant in the room for a second.
What?
I know you're all probably worried about me, and I know it's gonna be tough on all of us going back after what happened last year, but I just want you all to know, it means so much to me that we're doing this, and that I know it would mean so much to Hannah and Beth that we're all still here together, and I'm thinking of them.
Quotations.
I really want to spend some quality time with each and every one of you, and just share some moments that we'll never forget, for the sake of my sisters, and, you know. Okay, so, let's party like we're fucking porn stars, okay? Make this one trip we will never forget, alright? Yes!
The answer to everything is partying. If you don't party, you can't get over anything. Fire. Hey, I like that. It's just screenplay instead of... Yeah, well, I guess I don't know what else we'd call it, but, you know, treating it like film more than a game. No, you'll die tonight. Actually, I guess we'll see.